Okay, recording.
If it'll be any better than yesterday, but we're both pseudo awake.
Oh, I'm so much more awake and far more vibrant. My eyes aren't bloodshot to high hell and whatnot. So this is take 2 from yesterday, because that was just a crapshoot.
Well, I'm going to say for my end, might not be too much better, but I'll be a little better. My canker sore is a lot better today, so I'm able to speak a little clearer.
You seem at least a little bit perkier than yesterday.
Well, I got up a little later today. I slept in, and the thing that actually woke me up was lightning. It was so bad that it filled my room because I saw it when my back was to my window.
That is why you don't have sex with lightning elementals. Pro tip there, folks. Don't have sex with lightning elementals.
Why couldn't you have told me this before now?
Because I was waiting for the shocking experience.
He's just a dick.
Hello? Dick with ears. Hello?
Doesn't mean you're any less of a dick.
I think the joke went over his head. It's okay, folks. Anyways, I hope everyone's actually having a good day. I woke up at 4 this morning, and it's, what, noon? Yeah, noon now, my time.
Yeah, it's about 2 p.m. here.
Yeah. Well, and I woke up, and I'm like, well, crap. It's too early to do anything, at least with other people. It's too late to see if I can weasel my way into working the shift last night, so I wouldn't have to work tonight. I'm just gonna have to find something to do, and I ended up playing a lot of WoW.
I did get enough on my first run for those candies that I was able to get 2 of the 5 things already. I got both of last year's cats. I haven't gotten this year's, and I will get the toys, even though I think they're complete bullshit. They're still, one's a horse's tail and one's a horse's head. It's like, what the hell? You couldn't come up. Why don't you make a toy of when we looked like we had a Dalek embryo on our head in Warlords? Oh, it did. It looked like we had a Khaled mutant on our heads. Why can't we have a toy that has that? That'd be nice.
Because
they're like a mind flayer or something, I guess.
Oh yeah, the mind flayers, yeah. Because if you call it a Dalek, that's, copyright infringement. But mind flayer is okay.
No, mind flayer is still copyright infringement. It's just a whole different company.
Yeah, but when it comes to D&D and things like that, and MMOs, it's a far grayer territory.
Well, considering I actually posted a few pictures on Twitter and whatnot, tagging it as a Dalek head, and nothing happened, I don't think we need to worry. In fact, I think that's why I named the screenshot, because it was was it Scholar? I think it was my rogue.
Went head through from that.
No, it was in Vashir.
Yeah, I know.
There was a little scenario then where one took over. It's like, and then for some odd reason, like right before or right after, you could just stand there and take a picture. It didn't go away. It's like, oh, well, hey, if I would have had a selfie cam at that point, that would have been great.
There was also a quest, if I remember right, in WoD. Yeah, where you got taken over by a mind flayer type creature.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Right before, on either end of it, it stayed on, and you could take a snapshot of it. That's where my snapshot came from. It's in a cavern somewhere. Yeah, of course, it's Vashir. Everything happens.
No. There was a Warlords of Draenor quest too.
That's
no. You're thinking of a different quest.
No, Warlords of Draenor was where Vashir was the underground zone, the underwater zone. Yes, it was. I just came from there yesterday.
Vashir was Cataclysm.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, Vashir was underwater.
Those fucking things bleed into each other so much at this point. Although, hey, You can't tease me anymore because somebody else in Pride 48 forgot their fucking age.
Damn.
Taylor the Latte Boy actually got his age confused. He's like, I'm 45. No, I'm not 45. What the hell? I'm 44. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm not the only one who does it. It was on their, it's RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, God.
They're having an all-star thing. It's like, I never watched that show. I like the Drag Race recap, and the best one was when they fucked up and they didn't have any clips. Because I can't stand the clips, but I love listening to them talk about it. So I've only got one episode downloaded. It has no clips whatsoever. I wish they do a clip-free show every now and then.
Well, you see, I remember when RuPaul's I remember when the RuPaul's Drag Race started. And I enjoyed the first couple
About
seasons.
9 years ago, I think.
No, it's not that old.
Yeah, it is.
That was...
They just finished season 8.
Yeah, so that's about 7 years.
It's a season every year, so it'd be 8 years. So they're coming up on their 9th year.
We can argue. We can argue about the semantics of when a season starts and ends all over the time. But anyways,
hey, we're Doctor Who fans. Our seasons go all over the place.
Oh God, I know. Yeah, I'm waiting for Christmas desperately. But no, I see. I remember when RuPaul's Drag Race started, and I watched like the first couple seasons, and then it went towards Jerry Springer territory. Yes, I know what I'm saying. Talking about talking about drag queens and Jerry Springer territory.
Oh, it's not like those two have ever met up before.
No,
Christ, that's probably half of his guest stars.
That's the joke there. That's the inference, because I know somebody's going to sit there and go, well, it's like, no, I know about drag queens and Jerry Springer. But the first, 2-3 seasons were really okay, and then it went into Jerry Springer territory. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
That was drama.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Then it became a drama.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm good. Thanks. I will find something else to watch. Love you, Rue, but nope. Won't be doing that.
That's another person. I don't really care for Rue on TV, but when I've seen him talking to people and at Pride Fest or whatnot, then I like him. Because then he's not being the phony ass fake person on his TV show. He's being an honest person, and I did see something. Mom and I caught a little bit of it. She wasn't interested in it. I was. Where it's kind of like a background show to Drag Race. It's where they have the makeup. That he was good on.
Yeah.
I like that. I've never figured out what it's called to watch it, but the little bit I saw that, he was very toned down. When RuPaul's toned down, I really like him because he's a really thoughtful person. It's just Drag Race, he just gets caught, and you can tell that's an ego trip.
Yeah. My heat. Okay, it's just cold enough my heater kicked on. What
is it? It's 70. It's 75 in here right now. It's actually staying.
Yeah, it's about
kind of warm.
50 here.
With my dad's army jacket, I stay warm pretty much any time.
Yeah, it's a bit chillier here because it keeps raining. So I mean,
we did have rain. I don't know. It wasn't raining this morning when I got up, but we obviously did have rain, and it's very cloudy.
Yeah,
and still humid. So we probably could still get some more. I just hope it doesn't rain when I go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad.
Yeah, because then I'll drain my battery again. Because I never remember when it's raining here, I can see 5 miles in every direction. It doesn't rain hard. But everybody has their fucking lights on.
Oh, yeah.
So I turn my lights on, and then I'm so used to I can see perfectly fine, so I never think about it, so my battery ends up dying. Because I never remember to turn my lights on, because in my mind, I shouldn't need them on. I can see everything perfectly fine. If it's snowing or if it's raining hard, then I'm okay. But I just hate when people My dad drives me nuts because his lights are on all the time. He never turns his off.
Yeah, well, and that happens. That really does happen. But
He also has a timer, so it shuts off when his car does.
that's always a good thing to have. See that?
That's something I should have, but it costs too much to put in my car.
Like of modern vehicle engineering in the last decade, that is probably the best thing that has been invented out of everything.
Oh yeah,
Out of completely everything, that is the best thing. And all cars, there should be like a mandatory free refit for every single vehicle on the road to have that installed at no cost.
For me, the only thing that it's second to is the travel computer, because that has a compass on it, and so many directions say north, south, east, and west, and I have no internal compass. So being able to just kind of look up and see which way I'm going, it's like, oh yeah, now I turn this way. If I don't have an internal compass, I'm fucked. Or travel computer, I'm fucked, because I don't know. I don't know compass. I know what they are. Like I can make a compass, but I never know which way I'm facing.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're
yeah, I can go north, south, west, east. That's easy.
Yeah.
But if you like take me out somewhere and point me in a direction, I can't tell you what it is.
So you are eternally lost. It's okay though. We don't blame you. We just point and laugh.
Oh yeah, well so do I. Come on. I do have a fellow compatriot in this too. I was watching Fafa the Groundhog play Little Nightmares on Glove and Boots Gaming, and he has x-axis problem where the axis is flipped for him, where up is down and down is up or whatever on gamepad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I haven't had that problem too much with gaming, but
yeah,
I could.
You can.
If the game was right, I could see it. That's why I look at the map almost constantly on Warcraft, so I know where I'm going.
Yeah, that's really an easy fix in a game, but hey, whatever.
Well, yeah, but so many things are default that's the first thing he has to do is go into this controller settings and change them.
Such a problem. Ooh.
Well, it would probably be less of a problem if everybody did it, but he doesn't run into the problem too often, so he'll start playing and then he'll have to X out because it's one of the ones he has to change things on.
Yeah.
It's not a tremendous problem, but it is an annoying one.
It's kind of like people sitting there and complaining about there's no left-handed mice or things like that. It's like...
Well, when you're talking something like this, I can see it because these are exclusively for right-handed people.
Well,
so if you're looking for a trackball or something,
that's a trackball, okay?
But
not
if you're
many
used to a
people,
trackball,
not many people use a trackball in general.
No, but if you would like to use one, I don't think I ever have seen a left-handed one. It would be nice to have.
That's one of those kind of things. If you want, if you want unidirectional, no biased on which hand uses it, let's go back to the old Macintoshes. All right.
Oh, with one button.
Yeah.
No, thanks. Actually, the old Logitech trackball I had was universal because the ball was right in the middle of the mouse. It was at the top instead of on the side. But they don't make that one anymore.
Because the design sucked. The design sucked a lot.
It sucked in the sense that you didn't have a scroll wheel. But as far as general gaming, I mean, it was as good as any other mouse at the time.
I also want to point out, not many people actually use trackballs for gaming, period. Because it's the what's the word I'm looking for? Inefficient. That's a good word.
They're inefficient if you're not used to them. I don't think I've found a game yet I can't play with a trackball. It takes me a little bit of time to get used to the controls, but I can play it just as easily as anything else.
I feel like throwing a game at him that he can't really play with a trackball, just for the schlitz and giggles.
normal people can't play with a trackball. I've been using a trackball for over 12 years. I don't know any other way to play. So, yeah, if you were to take, generic person number 275, plop them down, they've been using a mouse all their life, and say, okay, guess what? Here's Warcraft. All you can use is this mouse. It'd drive them nuts. But again, I'm not good with an optical mouse or something like that. I only use trackballs. For me, yeah, it may take me a little time to figure out how the movements work, but I honestly don't think there's probably anything I can't play with a trackball. It's just how long will it take me to get used to how it moves things around.
You are the very, very rare gamer who uses a trackball. Like I seriously, he really is. He is the rarest specimen of gaming that exists because he uses a trackball.
I also don't use macros or anything to pre-program stuff. I just could never get into it.
The rarest specimen possible. He is a half-decent person. Yes, he gets frustrated, but he's not going to be shouting words.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't ever listen to me when I'm working. I'd make a sailor blush.
Yeah, that's work.
I get
work,
frustrated. Well, yeah, that's work.
I think you're allowed to get a little frustrated at work. But, he isn't going to be throwing out racial slurs. He can't macro worth a damn.
No, because the one time I actually accidentally used a racial slur, I almost got my head knocked off by Christina.
And the fact that he is also, a trackball user for games.
Yeah.
What kind of man? He is the rarest specimen known to man. I swear to God, he really is. Maybe one.
And I also haven't had sex in 13 years, so.
Well,
actually, it is 13 years.
That's nothing new for a gamer.
Some of them haven't had sex at all. So exactly. Yeah, I'm one up on some of them.
Yeah. So I mean, he is one of the rarest. He has had sex.
I'm not going there.
I've
been thinking about that a lot lately.
By legal definition, it was sex.
Yes.
So
yes.
He has had sex, and he uses a trackball. Doesn't know how to macro. He's such a nice person. And this is why I love taking the mickey out of him all the time.
Okay, what was it? I do have one macro I play with. I found it on a Death Knight forum. It's for Dark Transformation. If you use, because I have a skill that with Dark Transformation, it empowers my Army of the Dead. It's one of my armor sets. So I have it set up that when I cast that, then it casts a couple of other things. There's a spell, it's like a harden, basically, that reduces the damage that the abomination takes. I think that's really the only macro. I've used macros for if I want to get the Make Love Not Warcraft. I'll have a hug one so I could just quick target somebody.
But that's not even...
Or
that's not
Firelands. Really... The most recent one I used was Firelands. We were helping somebody get the kneeling achievement in Firelands. I did have to use a macro for that. Otherwise, I've got probably a dozen of them, and most of them are... The last one was Corian Direbrew. I had to have a macro for him because there's so many ads that come in.
Oh, yeah.
If you target it, then you can jump back to him.
Yeah, and they fix a lot of the tab targeting issues with this, with 7.2 they did fix a lot of that. But
you are right. I've always identified myself as a casual gamer. So, and that's why, because I just don't have the mindset to get into games as seriously as you need to. You're talking about getting a mouse you can assign 20 things to. I could never do that.
Yeah, well, but yeah, pretty much. But I also sit there and think of the other uses for it. At the same time, I'm just like, ooh, I can make. I no longer have to worry about the keyboard for the most part. I'm just like, doo, 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 doo. That should actually be arriving here in the next hour or two, so that'll be nice. May actually do a pseudo unboxing video.
Oh, there you go. I am gonna be home for about 4.5 hours yet.
Okay.
We're gonna go to wrestling at 6:40. We're gonna leave at 6:45 because I want to park at the ramp by the Civic Center.
Yeah.
And every time there's an event, that thing fills up quick.
Well, and okay, yeah, you said yesterday you were going to go wrestling. Now, is it WWE? Yep. What is it?
It's WWE Raw. Okay. So one person I'm looking forward to is Bray Wyatt is actually going to be there. He's kind of the person who's picked up the ball for The Undertaker. He's kind of like a cult leader type thing, but he is IRS's son. He's a Wyndham.
Oh God.
So, like, Barry Wyndham's his uncle, and IRS is his dad. Blackjack Mulligan's his grandpa. That kind of. And he's got quite a family behind him.
Yeah,
but he is. If you want to listen to a great promo, listen to the first time. These are both in Florida Championship Wrestling, I think, or next. It might be next. Look at the first time he comes out, and then look at the Wyatt family when they get their last promo, and you can see such a dichotomy there because he's coming out and he's being the Southern Baptist preacher type person, and
praise be to Jesus, praise be to the mighty dollar, rain them dollars down upon me. Oh, wait, sorry.
But if you listen to that, he's got a couple of people that are kind of like, hey, yeah, and that kind of thing. Right before the Wyatt family went up, he did one more, and the whole crowd was just chanting for him. He's not a good character, but the whole crowd was chanting for him because he has so much charisma when he talks that it is so much fun. And then there's a little vignette series that they did. They went out to like Louisiana or something in the backwoods and just found like an old abandoned farmhouse and shot shit there. It really, really worked out good. They haven't used him well. That's the only problem.
See,
I don't think that he's going to be there. Sheamus is going to be there. Okay. The Kings of Wrestling, who we used to watch. The Kings of Wrestling, or what was his name? Claudio Castagnoli was his name at the time. He was he's in the WWE now as Antonio Cesaro and still doing the strongman thing. He's going to be there. The Shield's going to be there, which I never saw live, and I thought they broke up years ago. They did. Now they're back together, and the Shield was really good.
Yes, see, you can tell.
It's a pretty decent. I haven't watched wrestling in years.
You can tell,
but I've kept up with like the interviews and stuff.
You can tell by my general expression that I don't care for wrestling too much. It's one of those. I get it. I understand it. It's not my cup of tea.
No, that's fine.
But obviously, he's excited for it.
I'm excited for it because one of the only things me and my dad get along with is wrestling. And he and I are going to be the ones that are going to this. The last time we went to one was, when they lived in Rochester, one time we went to one. But we did go to a WWE event at this same place about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And his health isn't doing good, and it's $150 for 2 seats for this thing. So
yeah,
this is the last time. It's WWE, so it's a quote unquote big show.
Yeah,
we'll go, we'll see it, and then if I don't see another one, I don't care, because I've seen one with Dad, and quite a few people I know are in it. So they'll be fine. If I never see one again, I won't mind.
Now, for my lack of following WWE around, I admit I'd go see for Sheamus, because that's like the only WWE character in recent history that I am semi-familiar with and kind of follow, because He's such an Irishman.
He is. I mean,
He's
he
such
is.
an Irishman. Holy crap.
He's just one step below that webcomic where they take that pale girl to the beach and she's like, I don't know if I have enough, if I have enough sunscreen. They're like, no, you're fine. She comes into view and she's like this beacon. So the last phrase is one of the girls says,
call the writers a run.
Gondor needs aid. She's literally glowing. He's just one step below, but he's also a fire red.
Oh God, yeah,
redhead.
That's the thing.
It is fire engine red hair.
Yeah, he is so.
He's good. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, and he's like the only wrestler I semi-follow besides still some of the old guys who were in it, like the Undertaker. I
don't know what's going on with him. I'm hoping he finally retired.
I hope.
He's
old.
He's only wrestling once a year because his body can't really handle it.
Yeah, he's old. Bless his heart. I grew up watching the Undertaker. I grew up watching Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage and all of them. It's like they're old. You guys, you're old. I know some of you want to die on the mat. Some of us don't want to see you die on the mat. That's not how this goes.
No. Actually, Ted DiBiase, who's got a Fathom event coming out, that Priceless, we talked about this a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
The documentary of the $1 Million Man is being brought, of course, it's in fucking Eden Prairie. It's like an hour and a half away. But they are finally releasing it through Fathom. And I'm hoping it'll go online because I've been waiting for that.
Nice.
But his dad, Iron Mike DiBiase, died in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing. It's like to be even if it's scripted, being a extreme sports entertainer or lowbrow entertainer. And actually, this just ties in. And it's something like other people have talked about how like YouTube is the lowest. The AdSense setup for YouTube now is like WWE level advertising for payments now, which is pretty much true. It's gotten a little bit better, but no one wants to advertise. So a lot of the marketing stuff and how a lot of wrestlers make money is they go on they market themselves. They have taken acting to the physical realm. It really is kind of it's almost kind of vaudeville in a way when you think about it. Wrestling,
which is funny.
Wrestling is kind of like vaudeville.
One of they aren't a team anymore, which I'm so sad about. But one of the teams that came out of next, Simon Gotch was one of them. I can't remember what the other one was. Were the Vaudevillains. And they had the 1920, 1930 like mechanical piano type opening. It was black and white, and one of them was coming out with a big cone and announcing their name, and Gotch was like the circus strongman outfit, and they were respectable villains. They would come out with their hand behind their back and shake each other's hand, and they're one of the teams that should have stayed in next, because when it's a small crowd, people love them. And I don't know what happened to them, but they've even gone so far as to have a team called the Vaudevillains.
And it really is and I like vaudeville and whatnot, but I can't really stand wrestling for various reasons. But I can sit there.
Hokey.
I can appreciate it for what it is. Yeah. But when you really sit there and think about wrestling really is kind of vaudeville, because they're acting. 90% of the time they're acting. It's all it's all set up, it's all staged, it's all fake, up until somebody slips and messes up. And even then most of the time when they slip and mess up, unless they are bleeding horribly, they'll sit there and they'll keep on with the act. They'll keep on going.
There's only 2 times I know of that it ever got too bad. One was Owen Hart pile driving Steve Austin because something happened. The other one was, I think the other one was a pile driver, Darren Droz. I can't remember. God. He's actually crippled. He's in a wheelchair. I can't remember what happened. I think that might have been D'Lo. I think he hit a moonsault or something weird. I don't know.
Don't look at me. I don't follow wrestling. But
there is one match. I just thought the only match I would pay to see at this point would be William Regal facing heel Fit Finlay.
Over my head.
William Regal, you would get a kick out of. William Regal's good.
Over my head. Just completely.
Finlay was a tough Irishman who came out with a shillelagh. And his first match was against Matt Hardy. If you watch it, it's just great. I just laugh.
Yeah.
And he gets disqualified. He basically gets on top of Matt and is punching him, and the ref counts him out.
Yeah.
And he hears the bell, and he looks up, and the ref's like, well, you're disqualified. And he just stands there, is like, I'll give you a reason to disqualify me, and beats the tar off Matt for like another couple of minutes. Like rams his head into the steel steps and just does everything else he could have done to get disqualified. Then he picks up his shillelagh and leaves. It's like, I like this person.
And that's someone who doesn't understand it's supposed to be an act.
This guy had been, when he got in, what was it, late 90s, early 2000s, he had already been wrestling for like 30 years.
Yeah.
He was an old time. That's why he and William Regal were like of an age. William Regal, you would get a kick out of William Regal.
Yeah, but trying to like stick on a weird subject we've like brewed up because we get to this? Because I had a half-brained idea for a moment. It's like it is kind of like vaudeville. And you even just admitted it. We could roll this back, and anyone who's watching this back, he even admits it's very much like vaudeville. So I mean, you've got the acting, you've got the physical stunts, you've got the comedy, you've got the heroes and villains, you've got the physical stunts. And unless a physical stunt goes sideways, people just roll with it. Yeah, and unless it's like, and even when it does go sideways, unless it's super serious, like crippling, killing, or injuring the crowd, they just roll with it and they keep going. And that really is a lot. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this as I think about this further, but it really is a sad, fucked up reality that wrestling is vaudeville nowadays. It's not your classical acting. But with how much everything is scripted and set up, and then, it's just kind of cut loose, and sometimes things go off script. But for the most part, everyone stays on script, and they just improvise. It's like, oh my god.
I will say that now with the way the scripting is, and the fact that they're bringing in more and more Hollywood people for scripting, rather than the old way of like, okay, you've been wrestling 20 years, let's go on the booking committee and do it that way.
Yeah.
The hero and villain aspect is almost gone because people flip-flop so much. But just about everything else is still vaudeville in a way. That's what's killing the industry now is there's so many people in between that you don't know who to root for anymore.
Yeah. What did I miss in the few minutes I was talking with my roommate?
I was just talking about wrestling, and then I brought up, one of the things I love about wrestling is music, and I'm a fan of rhythm in general. Yeah. I'll pick up music from, we've joked. I've got porn music, I've got game music, I've got wrestling music, I've got standard music. I've got music from probably literally anything I've come across.
Yeah.
So soundtracks, I got tons of soundtracks.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
But that was kind of the big thing, is just kind of talking. I talked about one of the matches that I wish I could find on YouTube anymore. Mm-hmm. I think it was Starrcade. It was Lord Steven Regal versus Fit Finlay from like 20 years ago. Oh God, actually, it was probably 30 years ago.
Okay. So, I hang on. Hold that thought. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stop the recording for a few minutes and go check something. This is serious enough. I actually have to stop the recording to go check something. And then I'm gonna have to compile it together and fucking hate myself later for it. But it's serious enough I actually have to go check it. So I'll be back.
Literally just started watching Yahtzee's post ZP stream.
I was only gonna be gone for a few minutes. What the hell? It wasn't and it was.
You said that when you went to talk to your person. You were gone for like 5 minutes. So it's like, well, I might as well find something to do.
Yeah, well, that one lasted a little bit longer than I expected, and I'll probably edit things there too. But this was important. This was important. I was checking up on my package.
Can't you do that just by shifting in your chair a little bit?
Not that package. The happy new mouse package, because the notifications.
Well, there. Hey, don't start recording. We can do the unboxing now.
Well, no, I've already started recording. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
thanks for the warning. I could have been picking my nose or something. Jesus.
I said, and now we're starting recording again. Anyways, no. Here, the reason why I stopped to go check that, because the notification said package was left inside resident's mailbox. I'm like, that's something you don't leave in a mailbox. That's something you really don't leave in a mailbox. And it was like,
if you're an Amazon person, yes, you do.
Well, yeah.
I've had that happen a few times.
Well, they've got a bad habit of Amazon uses the local United States Postal Service, and they have this really bad habit of just leaving shit in the box, or sending things to the wrong address. I don't know what's wrong with them, but yes, my new.
Incidentally, your friend Indy is streaming.
Oh, Indy's online. Nice.
Yep.
Yes, my precious. Yes. Ignore me stroking the box. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Boy, you've got a lot of funky names for that thing.
Hey, no, I'm excited about this. It's like the first legitimate gaming mouse, one I've had since ever. And two, I got it on cheap.
If they made a trackball gaming mouse, I'd probably get one, but they don't.
20 programmable MMO tuned buttons. G-shift.
Why?
So I need 20 buttons. I really do.
Apparently.
I need all the buttons available. What you need is Windows 10, 8.1, 8, 7, an available USB port. Is that where we are at as a society, where they need to put things like you need an available USB port for obviously a USB mouse? Is that where we're at?
Yes. Hey, this is the same society that says caution, coffee may be hot. Yes, we need to spell it out for people this bad.
We need to start taking away all the warning labels and let things sort itself out.
It certainly forced people to pay more attention.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. It's like this morning. I went outside to letting the dog out and just watching things, watching the neighborhood, seeing stupidity in action. And this dude parked across the street, kind of shady. Nice big white pretty Escalade. He spent a shit ton of money on, so it's like drug dealer. And
my mom and dad live on a street that they see people of questionable vocations quite regularly.
Yeah, well, it's like you are a 20-something dude in a rundown neighborhood with a almost $100,000 SUV. There's some questions to be asked there. And he's acting all sketchy and putting the tire away and putting his torque wrench away. I'm like, oh my God, he didn't just kill someone, did he? And then he does the grand poobah of stupidity.
As if he wasn't doing it already.
It gets better. It gets better. Now, the street in front of my house is a two-way street. Not a problem. Not a problem. It's kind of small two-way street for some of the big vehicles, but not a problem. I figured, okay, he's going to take off today. Well, he takes off, driving backwards down the street. Gets to the first corner, backs into that next street, and is sitting there for 5.5 minutes, because I was like, okay, this has gotten interesting. This has gotten weird and interesting. Check the time. Okay. He was sitting there for 5 minutes at the corner on the wrong side of the street after backing up to that wrong corner. And it's like, okay, what is he going to do next? I need to wait and see. I need to see what he's going to do next.
He was waiting for somebody.
No. He was waiting for traffic to go by. Couple of cars go past. Another couple minutes. And then he decides to pull out. And almost gets T-boned as he pulls out.
Okay, in his defense, I was one of the people unfortunate enough to have to take my behind the wheel in Wenatchee. That place is so fucking horrible for having random bushes right on the fucking corner.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to pull ahead. Actually, I got into it with the guy who was giving me the test. Mm-hmm. Because we were driving down and I was pulling ahead. He's like, you do realize you have to stop here to do it. And I just snapped and I said, you do realize a car will hit us if I try to pull out without doing this because I can't see around that bush. Mm-hmm. I only had to take it once, but you could tell he wanted to fail me fast. It's like, well, fuck you, asshole. I'm not used to driving in this hick town. My God, this is the worst place I've ever lived to drive. And Wenatchee. Yes, East Wenatchee is okay, but Wenatchee had like trees and assholes that would park like right up to the edge. There were more obstructions on crossings in Wenatchee than I have ever seen. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I should have just waited and taken it over in fucking Douglas. That would have been a lot better.
Yeah, it's pretty bad at times. It really is. It's terrible. Especially when you consider we get people from Seattle and California and Portland, fucking people from Portland, up here, and so it gets even worse. I've got a little bit of hatred for Portland, Oregon right now. Some of their more culturally enthusiastic folks of a certain justice type have started a few issues with me, especially at my place of business, for all because I sat there and said, "Good evening, how can I help you?" Insert random gender pronoun.
Yes, you mentioned one of those already.
Yeah. And then it seems they told all their twittering little nitwit fucking buddies to come in, and that's why I don't work in electronics at night. Because I don't think the bosses want to deal with me getting into arguments with customers. And me being in the right. It's like, customers first. Fuck you. Anyways. Yeah, so my happy mouse is here, so I'm going to do the unboxing after we finish, because I got to compile this episode all together now. Yeah, so we've had an interesting run for this episode.
Yeah, I think so.
I really don't know how we got into the, 20 minutes of talking about wrestling, but...
That's because you asked what was going on this week.
Oh, yeah, because yeah.
I probably will. I am going to work tomorrow, and I am going to be so fucked up by the time this week is up. I'm going to work 10 to 3 Sunday through Thursday or through Wednesday. So when I get my 20 hours, it'll be at $14 an hour. Which will be a good check. So I'll have 200.
Fuck you.
What?
I'm making $11.50. Fuck you.
I'm making 11 standard. This is the only 4 days out of the year that this happens.
Oh, okay.
This is peak time. Next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all the hardest days of the year.
Because of Halloween. Yeah.
Because that's when this is the week right before Halloween.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I always try to do it this time, but yeah. I'll probably try to work 5 hours on Thursday too, which will be, another $55. That would give me a $300 check, which I would be very happy with. But that isn't normal. No, that isn't normal. I had to laugh because they're like, oh yeah, guess what? You can make $12.50 an hour. if you come in, because they start at 9:50.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been there. I'm already at the pay cap
Yeah.
for that. So, like $12.50, fuck you. I'm making $1.50 an hour more than the new people. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if I was
tomorrow
working,
I might do a chaotic thoughts on wrestling. I just don't want, because it starts at 7:30. It'll be one of those nights that I've been dreading, and this is why I don't do shit on days that I work at night, is because then I'm all hyper. So I probably won't sleep very well tonight. I will probably go to work with one of these, and just that's why I had to do a couple of days ago. I was so tired.
Just go to work with one of these.
Replace Sunny Delight with Coke Zero, and you've got a deal.
Did you just say Coke Zero?
Yeah, that's why I drink, because there's no sugar or calories, or it's just basically caffeine is all it is.
And completely rotting out your brain. That explains so much. Anyways, so I've been Chaos and Fintia.
At this point, nobody can say that they like Pepsi better than Coke, because once you get down to it, Pepsi Max and Coke Zero are the exact same. In fact, that's what this is.
Pepsi Max Zero.
They are so, I can't even tell which one I'm drinking.
Dude.
They taste exactly, Pepsi Max and Coke Zero taste exactly the same. Because the only difference is Pepsi has more sugar. So it tastes sweeter. Well, when you take the sugar out, there's literally no difference between them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sugar and all that just, the sugar stuff crashes before the caffeine does. So if I just drink this, it's just like drinking a cup of coffee. All I'm really getting is the caffeine, and that's what I need. But tomorrow I will probably end up having to bring some just to get me through the day.
Yeah.
I might have to take Thursday off because I'm going to be blasted from these next 4 days.
Well, and I work
It's going to be bad.
So. Yeah, my schedule is kind of weird. This next week, it's like, okay, I've got Tuesday, Wednesday off again, and I've got Friday off again. Okay. And then I might
have Friday off because the way the weather sounds, we might not be going to
yeah.
The weather's supposed to be cold and miserable.
Well,
and I'm not going to stand outside and watch a parade in that.
Well, and I kind of mentioned this already, but I won't be able to do. I was planning for Halloween to do, like, just stream a bunch of, like, Don't Starve and a bunch of games and whatnot. That plan has unfortunately been canceled because I'm working that night, which kind of sucks. It's like, okay, so I have Wednesday off and then I've got Friday off that week.
Well, Wednesday is the day of
Day of the Dead.
Is All Saints Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could technically do a stream, or Thursday would be good because that's All Souls Day. So.
Yeah.
Any of those 3 days really work.
Yeah, but I always take Halloween off because it's. I don't talk about my spirituality and my religiousness and whatnot. I very much hold true to George Carlin's third commandment of keep thy religion to yourself.
I really don't have one, so I don't usually have much to talk about.
Yeah, but I tend to keep my religious and spiritual stuff to myself. That's why I sit there and go, yeah, I'm a pagan, and that's literally the note. It's like, I'm a pagan. I take guaranteed 1 day off a year, and then the rest of the time it's like, yeah, I'll happily work Christmas and Thanksgiving and shit like that because fuck family holidays. And
well, it's your family, so I can understand it.
He has heard variation after variation after variation after variation after variation of why I hate the holidays. And it just comes down to, I fucking hate family holidays. It's the simplest thing. And it's for good reason. So, Halloween is always a holiday I take off. The side note to that is, I guess I am actually going to get holiday pay for it.
Well, hey, there you go. Time and a half is a good deal.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I'll take some holiday. You guys are going to make me work on the one day a year I can take off, but you're going to give me time and a half? All right, let's do it.
Well, that's what, $16, almost $17.
It's about 17. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
for 8
that's a good
hours.
amount of money.
For 8 hours, yeah. Yeah.
It's $136.
Yeah, before taxes, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's like, baby. Yeah. But anyways, and then I know I've also got Black Friday coming up and Christmas coming up. It's like, all that holiday pay.
We usually don't have too much on Black Friday.
Oh,
We have some good deals on there, but usually because of what we don't get too much.
I don't know what my schedule is going to be like that week, but suffice to say, it's going to be weird. Same with Christmas week it's going to be weird because working in retail, working as a night stalker, it's going to be a little weird. Especially when they've got a few extra assignments for me during that time, so it's like, okay. As a side note, when you apply for a retail job and you have crowd management or crowd security expertise, don't mention it.
Yeah, good point.
I made a mistake.
You've made several.
Yeah, well, I'm working security that night, so I'm not exactly happy about it.
I know you and I have a little friendly, but my life is fucked. You don't need to try and keep up with me on everything.
I don't try to, it just happens. I was also desperate for a job, so I was like, okay, what is all the crap I've done? Let's see, I've been a carpenter, a security guard, I've been an electrician, I've been, what all have I done? Let's just start throwing shit out and see what sticks. Oh, I've done enough stuff to get a job? Okay. Oh, you're gonna make me do all this extra, motherfucker. Lesson learned. Don't. If you have the skills, don't pad your resume with the skills. Just use what's necessary. That's a life lesson, kids. Use what's necessary. Don't give them any more. If it happens to come out while you're working that, oh, you know how to do this, then hey, bonus. But don't put it on the resume.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for anybody getting into something new. You don't want to, if they learn things as they go, good, but the only way to go is down if you give them everything right off the bat.
I needed a job. What can I say? I was trying to hedge my bets. Well, I over-hedged my bets. And score, I got a job. On the other hand, I now get expected to do all sorts of bullshit. Anyways, so that's about our normal hour runtime. I think I'm gonna do the unboxing as like a secondary video, because I gotta edit the first part of this video and then this part together. So that's gonna be fun. Anything else you can think of? Oh, well, TwitchCon's going on this weekend, but who really is this shit?
I do need yet to get my virtual ticket for BlizzCon. And that's, I mean, the past couple of years, I haven't given a flying fuck about BlizzCon, but I like the stuff that comes with it.
Yeah, like
namely,
the mounts,
I saw that Horde dirigible mount a couple of days before they announced it. So yeah, that is very nice. What is the Horde one? The
Zeppelin.
They're the taxi Zeppelins.
Yeah,
is what they are.
Yeah. It's for the Horde.
Yeah, they are very nice.
And
I like those.
They are 2-person mounts. Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
They are 2-person mounts. So it was like they are giving away. You pay $40 and all the goodies you get with watching BlizzCon and in the other games and whatnot. But you also get
the good thing is when you do that, you get goodies for almost every single Blizzard game. So what do you... Okay, since it'll probably be almost come and gone, let's close with that. What do you all get with the Blizzard?
With the
Blizzard virtual ticket.
With the virtual ticket for World of Warcraft, you get the mount, and you get the
Jesus, I can't spell.
You get the Horde, and you get the Alliance mount, the Sky Terror or Skybreaker, whatever the hell it is for the Alliance. It's the Warboat, and then you get the Zeppelin for the Horde. For the Horde bitches. For Overwatch, you get the 2017 BlizzCon Winston skin. I think you also get a loot box. Don't quote me on that one. For Diablo, you get...
a banner, probably. That's usually what you get.
You get a banner and something else. Everything is getting every game is getting 2 things, 1 to 2 things. I know there's some stuff for Heroes of the Storm. There's some stuff for... might as well actually just check this shit. God damn it. Gonna make me have to do something.
That's what I'm trying to do now, but their site is very fucked up right now. It isn't giving me a list.
Yeah, they did some... They did a lot of changeovers recently. Oh yeah, okay, there's a mount for Heroes of the Storm.
It looks like a boar.
It is a electric... It's a Tron boar. It's what it looks like. It's a Tron boar. The BlizzCon skin for Winston is nice, though. I'll never use it, but it looks nice. Okay, yeah, the story.
And then we got a Murloc.
Winston skin. Okay, the StarCraft 2, you get a Junker SCV, Probe, and Drone skin. I admit that I dig the drone and the SCV Junker skins because that's awesome. It's a little baby Zerg with razor blades on its tendrils.
Have you played Junkrat in Heroes yet?
No, I haven't yet.
It's actually very fun.
Yeah, you get a bunch.
I've been playing him a lot.
You get the banner, the image, and the mount for the Nexus Razorback mount. In Heroes, Diablo 3 gets the Mercromancer pet.
The Murloc?
Yeah. Hearthstone gets the mystery goodie, and that one's arriving after BlizzCon, and it's some sort of golden legendary card. So I don't know what that is.
I don't even think I have Hearthstone installed. Oh, do I?
I crack it open once in a
while. I don't
myself.
think it's not listed. I don't think I have Hearthstone installed right now.
I also learned that yesterday a friend of mine who I've known for years is going to BlizzCon. So to my other favorite gnome, to Gnark the Gnome, because I'm not gonna, or to Biff. There we go. That's her other alias is Biff, aka Gnark the Gnome. She is going to BlizzCon, and I guess it's a last minute surprise her husband dropped on her. And I'm just like, you fuckers.
Did you see Pride 48 had a poll recently?
Yeah.
They are looking for the next... They had some interesting choices. They're looking for the next location. One is Vegas, which, hey, I like Vegas. I like it because I know where it is. I know how to get from the airport and back and all that.
Okay.
And it's a pretty decent town. They had a cruise, which I can't afford.
Nope.
Washington, D.C., which I've been to, but wouldn't mind going. And New Orleans. And that's what I voted for because that's the one I haven't been to yet.
All of these selections involve heavy gambling.
It's Pride 48.
But no, it's just like...
They've been in Vegas for years. I don't think they can do anything with gambling.
See, and that's one of the big things that I'd like to go to Pride 48. On the other hand, I have such a hatred of gambling, like legitimate fucking hatred of gambling. That's also what keeps me away. Because
I will say the first year that I went, especially with my dad, because my dad and I would sit around, we did gamble quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, last year I went in 2015 because of my Vegas. I had like $50 in free coins.
Yeah,
I think I spent maybe $10 of my own. If you do it that way, you really don't care about gambling. So I think if we go there again, I may get some free coins, but
the only one
I really don't care to.
The only one that really interested me out of the list was New Orleans, because can't afford the cruise. Don't want to go back to Washington D.C. because fuck that place. I'm not big on Vegas because I don't like gambling, and so it was like New Orleans, and I would always love to go down to New Orleans, but.
Honestly, they said that it would probably be in the Luxor.
Yes.
If they did, the way that you would probably do good with it, and this is what I do too, is if they had the rooms and everything in the Luxor, you just go straight from your room to the broadcast room to the con suite.
Yeah.
You never even need to go near them. And honestly, I wouldn't have spent even half of what I did, except all the rooms were in the Excalibur.
Yeah.
And the event was over in the Luxor, so it was constantly going by things.
Yeah, too bad the Luxor.
Yeah, if everything's in the Luxor, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
If I'm just going up and down, I don't think I would bet even half of what I did, because the Luxor, nice place, they don't have the best games.
Yeah. Anyways, so with that note. We have gone...
The third time we've tried to stop this.
Second time.
Oh, okay.
So on that note, I'm Chaos Nicodem. This happy... There we go. Nope. Fuck, I had it right... That's not how this works. There we go. This happy gentleman over here is Raving Rendal.
Did you get your left and your right confused again?
Yeah, I'm trying to, follow with the screen... Because it's like, no, there we go. Yeah, no.
See, this is why I can cheat. All I've got right here is him. Oh, here. Oh, damn it! I forgot where my camera was. All I've got is him. Oh, I don't like looking at me anyway. I'm ugly as hell. I don't know how y'all's screens aren't broke yet.
You can follow me at all the fun, happy stuff down below: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. If you want to throw money at me, my Patreon is right here. It's also linked down below in the video description and stuff. You can follow him on Twitter and see the occasional shenanigans. He doesn't do a lot of social media, but he,
my main social media page is Raving Rendal /mags on Facebook. Mm-hmm. That's it's just a page I made. My chaotic thoughts go up there, and every now and then I'll share an article or something on there.
Anyways, so on that fun, all the closing goodness, I hope...
Third verse, same as the first.
I hope everyone has a good day, hope everyone has a good weekend, and we will talk to you later. Probably won't be until about Tuesday or Wednesday. But anyways, have a good couple days, have a good week, and have a good day, everyone.
Yep.